Well, we've got a little bit of a debate going on here with the mom and dad today, and they came to the KBJ show in a KBJ court for a little advice. It says here in their email, my husband and I decided 3 years ago that we would not invite the elf on the shelf into our home for the holidays. Well, our daughter is now 6 years old, and she's coming home from school every day heartbroken that the elf on the shelf has not been to our house. It's been to all of her classmates' houses, and they talk every day about how much they love it, how funny it is seeing it in every new location, and she feels left out of the conversation. My husband thinks that we should offer the invite to the elf to let it roam our house freely every single night. But I disagree. I think Santa will know if our daughter is naughty or nice without having an elf spying on her, and it puts the commercialism of Christmas face forward, and I don't like that shift in priority. 'Tis the reason for the season. Is there any other parents out there that feel like I do? Okay. I did not know this was a parental debate as to whether or not to offer the invitation to the elf to come into your house. I guess that's how it works properly.
The real debate is it horrifying or is it not horrifying? And the answer is it absolutely is horrifying.
Yeah, I could get that too. I mean, the thing's walking around your house all night long.
You tell me as a kid that a doll is watching my every move, even when I'm sleeping? Oh, hell no. I would never sleep a wink.
Yeah. The elf was at our house many, many, many years, and it was sad when it was time for it to not come any longer because my son Cannon got to a certain age. I remember how sad he was that the elf left our house for the very last time, and we had a lot of fun with it. And I love that elf. It was funny. It would always, wind up in crazy places, and it was highly entertaining. So to me, I loved it, and my son has that experience and those memories of his elf that he loved. And so to me, I'm all about inviting the elf.
The elf is at my house right now. Now, sometimes the elf is kind of lazy and it forgets to move from spot to spot, but it like every third day it moves.
Does your elf drink?
Yeah, heavily.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Go figure. You got the right elf, but yeah, that's probably what it is.
I got it a little poncho that says Corona beer.
Oh, you did? Okay.
It wears a Corona poncho.
Hey, Mom, what's that sound? Oh, just the elf walking around the kitchen. What?
Yeah, right. You can see why this might be disconcerting for some parents, and they would not like that. So, it is something else in the house, and there is a lot of things going on during the holidays. It is one more thing that you have to consider that kind of puts everything into it. So I'm just kind of curious where you stand. Are there parents out there that are hardcore about not inviting the elf in? And why? What are your arguments for and against? You can let us know. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Call or text the KBJ Show.
Christmas time is finally here, and there's one thing I fear every year. It moves around at night, fills me full of fright, and it watches you when you sleep at night. It tattletales on the things you've done, and it wants to kill, kill, kill. It don't give hugs, it wants your blood. What does the elf say?
I'm gonna horrify you at night. I'm gonna walk around your house. I'm gonna watch you sleep, little kid.
What the elf say?
I'm hiding under your bed. I'm hiding under your bed. I'm hiding under your bed.
What the elf say?
You better not be bad, little kid, or I'm gonna make you sad, little kid. You better not make me mad, little kid.
What the elf say?
I'm gonna watch you in your room. I'm gonna watch you when you poop. I'm gonna laugh when I kill you.
What the elf say?
Yeah, some people see that video and hear that song and they're like, yeah, what is that? That's a fun little tune that we had from about a decade ago when
Awesome.
the elves started coming around to people's houses.
People that don't listen to our show had no idea what that was. They were not happy about that song.
The
Yeah.
video is amazing.
Yeah,
And
it
those
is.
people can suck it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's on the KBJ TV YouTube channel. If you've not seen that, there is a video that goes along with that story. Okay, asking people, do you love the elf on the shelf? Where are people's feelings with it 10 years later? I mean, look, it's sticking around to the point where having an elf in your house for the holidays, it's really becoming part of the American family tradition for the holidays. I wonder how many of those things are out and about through the course of the history of Elf on the Shelf. How many? I mean, it has to be in the hundreds of thousands, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
A lot of those elves. Right now, it is split almost. Do you love the Elf on the Shelf? Now, these are probably parents sounding off, but a little more than half, 52%, they don't love the elf.
Yeah. It's creepy.
Really? They don't?
They do not. So I guess I can see why this is a KVJ court topic here where one parent wants the elf and the other does not.
Huh.
And Chicago Lulu says Latinos did not grow up with the elf on the shelf. At least my family didn't. I wonder if it's a cultural thing as well.
We never had anything like that when we were little. Where
No.
something was watching you while you were sleeping. You just always kind of went on the whole Santa knows when you're nice, when you're naughty. Santa knew everything.
It's a newer concept, and that's the argument going on here in the KVJ court, is that one of the parents is saying Santa already knows. We don't have to have an elf. And think about everything that you do during the holidays, from buying gifts, wrapping presents, putting up lights, decorations, all that kind of stuff, the parties that you have to do, the clothes that you have to buy and all that. And then, having something else in your house roaming around at night and dealing with that. That's just one added thing that you put on your plate. And, I think some parents are saying we don't want to give that elf the invite because now it's just one more thing we got to think about during the holidays. And it seems like about half of the people out there, now it's up to 60% not a big fan of the elf on the shelf. So maybe half of people are saying, yeah, no, we're not doing it. But then what do you do when your kid comes home? She's a 6-year-old adorable little girl, and she's heartbroken because her parents have not invited the elf on the shelf into her home, and she doesn't have the same kind of fun stories. Okay.
It's a tough world out there, kid.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. That's kind of it. I'm all for it. Virginia, it sounds like you're for the elf.
Definitely. We have Elf. Oh, it's so fun. Rocco comes home from school and is so excited to figure out where the elf is each and every day. He loves it.
Yeah, I think if you feel just overwhelmed and you don't want one extra thing that you have to think or worry about, I would reprioritize, because I think in today's society for kids, having the elf on the shelf is a big deal. Just my thought.
And it's fun.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm siding with inviting the elf in, but not everybody feels that way. A lot of impassioned opinions about the elf on the shelf. One person said, I am so against the elf. I agree with the mom. It is creepy. We are a no elf household.
I told you.
This one says, my husband was totally against the elf, though, and 3 years ago he finally caved, and now he seems to enjoy it more than anyone else. Okay, it's a little bit of a flip.
That's a different kind of problem, where now just the husband wants the elf on the shelf. No one else wants it.
Yeah, there are some parents saying that they're lazy and they just don't want another thing that they have to be concerned with going on in their house during the holidays. So they don't want that. Somebody said that tell your children that you're Harry Potter fans and you don't believe in the enslavement of elves. And how you deal with it. In Broward, this person said, my 7-year-old wants the elf, but I told her no. They're troublemakers. They make big messes, plus they're tattletales.
Yeah, we do have the elf. Essentially, is a rat. Really,
Yeah.
he's ratting you out.
Yeah.
You want that kind of energy?
She says this mama ain't got no time for that. So it's an interesting thing, I guess. Probably when you're talking about elementary schools, you have the haves and have-nots.
You gotta understand too. Some people find dolls creepy. I'm speaking about little, because I know I got a bunch of creepy dolls at my house now, but little Jay Bird going to bed as a 7-year-old, oh yeah, he's watching you all night long.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. There's something to that. So there you go. That is the interesting thing that the kids talk about during the holiday seasons now at the elementary schools. Who got the elf? Who doesn't have the elf? And apparently it is kind of a big deal.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.